Video games. These two words can mean many things to many people. However, in our culture, our media tends to show that they are in a negative light. We've heard news stories about video game addiction, that addiction leading to further problems of people not seeing their friends, their family, and even leading to their own deaths. I'm here today to talk to you about how video games are actually a positive thing, how they can lead to good things for your mental and physical health. But first, let's go over what the media actually says. We take a look at the media coverage surrounding the Sandy Hook mass shootings that took place in 2012. We find out that the habits of the shooter was that he liked to play video games. When the police went in and investigated, they found what looked like a spreadsheet of previous mass shootings, their killers, and their kill counts. According to an article written by Nick Fleming, who was quoting the police at the time, he stated that it looked more like a score sheet, and as if he was trying to put his name at the top of that list. Media not only blames violence in video games, but it also blames the deaths of individuals on those games. One of the most recent that I could find actually occurred in Thailand. This is going to be according to Joshua Miller of the New York Post. And this occurred merely 2 weeks ago. It would be a person who died in Thailand after a marathon gaming session of 3 days where they did not eat or sleep and they died. I would not blame the games in this case. We all know that you're responsible for your own health and it's your responsibility to make sure that you take care of yourself. Video game addiction is a real thing. That being said, everything can be addictive. It's your responsibility to make sure that you keep yourself alive and healthy. So let's start looking at some of the positives. There was a study conducted by a group of Kahn, Gulek, Lorenz, Lindenberg, and Guan, and it was conducted on a game of Super Mario. Per this study, it showed that people who played video games for at least 30 minutes a day for over 2 months showed an increase in the gray matter of their brain. And this increase was actually in the areas that control memory, strategic planning, and spatial orientation. Not only does it increase your ability to have a better memory and remember things in a longer term, according to Nick Fleming as well, he was quoting a Daphne Bavier, a neuroscientist at the University of Rochester, New York. Playing video games can improve the vision of people who normally don't play games. This vision increase is somewhat minor to be true, but it does last for up to 5 months before they start to see regression. Not only does it have health reasons, not only does it have mental health, but it also leads to many people's careers. You can make a lot of money playing video games. A couple of ways that this has been done is you can play them professionally, as most people are well aware. Professional money comes from either being signed to a team and earning a salary that way, or by winning tournaments and winning prize pools. Of course, the bigger the tournament is, the bigger the prize pool money is that goes with it. The more common way that's coming up in recent years has been streaming gameplay, however. This is going to be according to Domjak, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, but he wrote an article on Market Watch that stated that if you stream games, you can make $3,000 to $10,000 a month. This is done through streaming just simple gameplay on popular sites as twitch.tv or youtube.com. It does take time, just like with any other profession, to build up a fan base that would allow you to do that, and it is based upon your fan base how much you can make. There are people who make way more than that, and there are people who make way less than that. The point is that you can make a career out of this if you choose to. So going back to the negatives, we talked a little bit about somebody who was addicted and died earlier. And I say this, play things in moderation. It's just like with alcohol or anything else. Use it in moderation, use it correctly. Do not play in excess. Take responsibility for your own life. But one more thing that I want to go over, and this is going to be according to Mark Griffiths, who wrote in the conversation, playing video games can actually help in a lot of different ways. One of the ways he was exploring was children who have developed cancer. I'm not going to say video games can cure cancer, but they may help. If you have to go through chemotherapy, it's one of the most painful treatments available to us. It's one of the most effective as well, unfortunately. However, painkillers are normally used to relieve the pain of that treatment. According to Griffiths, he's advising that if you actually look at children that are playing video games during chemotherapy, they require less painkillers than those who do not. Which, again, if we look back at addiction, would lead to less opioid addiction that is now facing this country. Video games. I hope those two words sound a little different to you now. I make no statement that the negatives are not there, but there are plenty of positives. And I hope that you actually look upon the positives and see these things in a new light. They're not just there to kill somebody or to lead to violence of mass shootings. They can be helpful, and I encourage you all in moderation to add them to your daily lives. Thank you.